Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome to your daily update. On Fetch, of course, we'll do a full update. I mean, right now the markets have turned a bit sour since yesterday, but in general, there's enough to still be positive about for regarding Fetch. All right, we all know that I'm not sure when the Nvidia conference is. I believe it's next week somewhere, but I'm March 18th until 21st. So that's the beginning of next week, I believe. So we still have that, and apart from that, even though, like I said, Bitcoin is displaying quite some bearish pressure here, Fetch was actually, I think, the strongest recoverer yesterday when Bitcoin also got that pullback. But in the end, it did not last, and it seems like some sort of a fake out. But it's an indication of how strong Fetch is, right? And I've always told you this. I think the current structure for Fetch is actually quite good. Because it allows people to buy back lower. Because Fetch on its own, look, AI in crypto, that's still going to grow a lot right now. And I'm not sure to what extent this is actually true, but the Nvidia conference is still is some sort of an event that AI cryptos were bullish about. So that means that once the event comes closer, just talking about the fundamentals, that could cause some sort of a sell-off. And Bitcoin obviously is quite weak. So it's quite likely that Fetch will drop down lower here. But altogether, if you think about AI in relation to crypto, and we all know how strong Fetch was in that whole AI narrative, I think there's a very bright future for Fetch. But like I said, let's focus on the short-term technicals for now. And you can clearly see, if you forget about that deviation from the range yesterday evening, you can clearly see that there's also technically some sort of a downtrend going on right here, right? And then AI, like I said, yesterday it was recovering quite well. So I still have high hopes out for AI. But also if you look at Fetch right here, it's rapidly decreasing in open interest. So we're losing momentum. The technical structure is, I would say, neutral. Like we're kind of moving sideways, but there is a bit of a bearish bias in that as well. So there's no reason for me to believe that Fetch is going to be very bullish soon. Not at this moment, but the thing is, and before we get into what I expect from the price in a moment, the thing is that you should 100% be prepared for that. If Bitcoin recovers, which it will, and that can go very quickly, Fetch can be one of the strongest recoverers again. So if we, for example, if that happens and Fetch gets a bullish breakout above 2.75 again, I think it's a fairly easy trade to take that all the way up to the $3 level again. It seems unlikely to me that we'll get some sort of a fake out again like Bitcoin and Fetch did, but especially Fetch. But I find it hard to believe we'll see something like that again. So if Bitcoin recovers, Fetch can be great. But at this moment, there's no sign of that. At this moment, it seems most likely that we'll slowly drop down to this major support level at 2.45 and 2.4. And then if Bitcoin actually stays bearish, like if it stays down for a bit, I think it's fairly likely to assume that Fetch is also going to drop down to 2.2 and 2.15. Now that's an area where I will potentially buy Fetch from. It's the 382 fib. It's very close to $2, which also functions as a bit of support. So that's interesting, but it does seem most likely to me. We look very bearish right now. I don't expect a big crash, but it seems likely that we'll drop down towards that level. But I will keep you updated on that. I mean, Fetch, like I said, it's one of the cryptos that's on my watch list that I will very, very quickly buy if Bitcoin recovers a bit or if Bitcoin finds support. But that's what I want to say about it right now. I feel like I missed something, but I also don't think it's that important. So if you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.